US has approved plans for a series of strikes on Iranian targets in Syria and Iraq. That's what media reports suggest. The strikes will take place over a number of days, and weather conditions will likely dictate when they are launched, according to officials who've been quoted. This comes after a drone attack killed 3 US soldiers in Jordan, close to the Syrian border, last Sunday. The US blamed an Iranian-backed militia group for the attack. That group, the Islamic Resistance in Iraq, is believed to contain multiple militias that have been armed, funded and trained by Iran's Revolutionary Guards Force, or the IRGC. It has in fact said that it was responsible for Sunday's strike. Iran, meanwhile, has denied any role in the attack, which injured 41 other US troops at the military base known as Tower 22. According to US intelligence, the drone used to attack the facility was manufactured by Iran and is similar to the drones that Iran has been sending to Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. At a news conference on Thursday, US Defence Secretary Lloyd Austin defended the delayed military response, saying, "We will respond where we choose, when we choose and how we choose. I think everyone recognizes the challenge associated with making sure that we hold the right people accountable. There is no set formula for doing this." He went on to say, "There are ways to manage this so it doesn't spiral out of control, and that's been our focus throughout." Officials say the US military could launch the proposed strikes in bad weather, but prefer to have better visibility to reduce the risk of inadvertently hitting civilians. President Joe Biden has been under mounting pressure from Republican lawmakers, including some of Washington's most hawkish voices on Iran, to strike targets on Iranian soil. But while the US has repeatedly pledged to respond to Sunday's drone attack, Biden and other defense officials have categorically stated that Washington is not seeking a wider war with Iran or an escalation of tensions in the Middle East. The reportedly approved plans appear to keep the targeting to Iranian targets in Syria and Iraq and not inside Iran. Several Iran-backed groups have increased attacks on US and Israeli-linked entities since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war on the 7th of October. The Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen, for instance, have attacked ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, prompting strikes from the US and its allies. A drone was shot down in the Gulf of Aden, while an unmanned sea drone was struck and destroyed in the Red Sea. News agency Reuters has reported that Iran had withdrawn senior officials from Syria following a series of Israeli airstrikes in a bid to avoid being directly drawn into a wider conflict in the region. US officials have also been quoted by the American media as saying that there are signs that the Iranian government is becoming increasingly concerned about the actions of its proxy groups in the region, who have launched over 160 attacks on US forces since last October.
We have said many times, we will not initiate any war. But if anyone wants to bully Iran, we'll respond firmly. Before, whenever the Americans wanted to talk to Iran, like other countries, they said military option is on the table. Now you don't hear all these words anymore. They even say we have no intention of any conflict with Iran. This is the power of our religious people who are always present, which are considered so important for our country. Our armed forces are powerful and are always present.